If you've ever had a great idea for a business and gone searching for a new domain name for it, and all of the best domain names seem to have gone, then this video is for you. I hope it doesn't bankrupt you by finding tons of new domain names that you can buy, but maybe helps you find something a bit more ideal for the project that you're working on. So let's go to Google. Right. Our secret weapon in finding great domain names is this website here, which is called expireddomains.net. Okay, so you want to make yourself a free account for this. I'm just going to log in here, and that'll give you a ton more options. Now, the example I'm going to use is for an online dog training school, which we were talking about today. So let's just start off with that, online dog training. And you can see 400 odd domains that we've got with the kind of stuff that we're after. Okay, so we want to try and find the very best domain names that we can find out of this list. So I'm going to go to this link here, show filter, and we're going to just cut the list down a little bit. So first thing is click on that additional. We're ballers here, so we're only going to go for .coms. And we're going to apply that filter. Okay, so we're down to a somewhat shorter list. Mind you, still 311. So I'm going to show you some other tricks that we can use. So show filter. First of all, domains per page. This is just so you can see loads of them without having to click through from page to page. And I'm going to select only available domains. Now, before I do that, you can see if we flick through this list, some of these domains are ones that are for sale. These prices may or may not be right. It's quite often that you put an offer in and they come back with a much higher offer for what they really want. But, you know, that's not too bad. If you're serious about your business, that's not too much to pay. I can see some reasonable ones here. So, but in our filter, we're going to go for the free one. So only available domains. Those means that ones you can just straight up go and buy. And then what else are we going to look for? We want a domain name with no numbers in it and no hyphens. And we are also going to restrict this to English, and we're going to allow one more word than, in fact, we're not even going to do that. Let's just say, try and find something that's got all 3 words in. See if it comes back with anything. Okay, so we've got doggy training online. It's not bad. Sheepdog training, online dogs training, online doggy training, training dog online. So lots of variations of online dog training with some plurals, maybe a couple of extra words. So sheepdog, it's counting that as one word. So we're going to broaden our search a little bit in case none of those takes your fancy. And we're going to look for stuff with 4 words. Okay, now we've got a ton more, about 170 domains. So a few things we can do. First of all, sort on the domain name. So we get our kind of words beginning with the letter A, which is always good if you're using the yellow pages, which of course nobody does anymore. But advanced dog training online, that sounds pretty good. Nobody really, you know, people want the cool stuff. Basic dog training, bird dog training, maybe a bit niche. Buy dog training online. Okay, so you can see there's a few in there. So that's what you can get by looking by alphabeticals. Here we have the length of the domain name. That's what LE stands for. So this will start off with domains that have just got our words in it. Dog training online, training dog online, dog trainings online. They start to get one letter longer. So lots of plurals, ease. Go Training Dog Online, My Dog Online Training, things like that. Okay, so if this is being done for straight up SEO reasons and we're trying to load up our domain name with keywords, this one here, which is the global search volume, so just click on that. We can see dog online training, so that will, it uses the phrase, like the words that are in the phrase, so online dog training. Dog training classes online. Online dog training classes, these sound a bit more like something somebody would say. 400, 320 searches a month. Those are kind of reasonable to go chasing after. And you can see these are names that have been expired. So people have bought them in the past, probably not used them, and just let them lapse. Now, word of warning: you do want to just make sure that they haven't necessarily been used for really spammy domains, and you can look for sites that have got tons of backlinks, which are usually loads of really crappy links. So none of these seem to suffer from that too much. Sometimes you'll find one that's got thousands and thousands, which could mean it was once upon a time a really good site, and now it isn't. The other thing to look at is these two things here, which are the when it was first registered and first appearance in the Wayback Machine, which is an archiving tool. Which is archive.org. Put the link in there. And this is quite cool because you find where there's a dot, and that is where I'll give you an idea of what the site looked like once upon a time. So this is just a holding page, so we maybe go back further to when it was first registered. Yeah, and there's another one at the start. Probably hasn't been used, probably just been registered. Maybe they tried to sell it, weren't successful, and just let it lapse. So that looks fairly reasonable. So yeah, you can see there's some pretty reasonable domain names in here. They're a little bit long, but not bad. So in amongst some of those. And this will spin off some other ideas as well if you have a look through these, combine them with other words. Sometimes I like to take things, chuck them into a thesaurus and come back, see what happens. Sometimes you'll find that the public at large use a different word from the one you use. So, I think dog training is probably what we talk about, but you might find there's a lot of demand for puppy training, for example. So maybe try that even. Yeah, and you can see it doesn't get as many searches as dog training does. So your original one's probably what you want to do with. So go nuts on that. Lots of cheap domain names that other people have thought up good names for in the past, and then done nothing about. Sure, we've all done that. But I hope that's helpful for you. And if you go shopping for one, let me know in the comments below.